energetic deal that a lot of people are waking up earlier than they wanted to in the middle of the night and stuff like that. I said, hey, I'm waking up at 4 a.m. too. She goes, so am I, and so are a lot of people. But it's the planets are aligning. I think it's a good thing. So first and foremost, let's share what our mission statement is so we remember why we're here, right? And it says, we are a loving community that honors your presence, nurtures your joyful self-expression, and empowers your spiritual growth. Is it true? I think so. Is it really true?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you wake up in the morning and say that, guess what? Your engines get going. So let's affirm together our opening affirmation. Today I walk in the light of God's love. Today I am guided and my guidance is multiplied. I know exactly what to do and exactly how to do it. There is an inspiration within me that governs every act, every thought, in certainty with conviction and peace. I let God's light shine through me as me right now. And so it is. And our congregational song is God in Everything. So if we stand, we get those juices flowing. I see joy, I see peace, I see goodness surrounding me. I see love in every breath I breathe. I see God in everything. I see happiness, I see freedom. I see the goodness that lurks in me. I see perfection in what life brings. I see God in everything. I feel joy, I feel peace. I feel goodness surrounding me. I feel love in every breath I breathe. I feel God in everything. I feel happiness, I feel freedom. I feel the beauty that lives in me. I feel perfection in what life brings. I feel God in everything. Now it's no. I know joy, I know peace, I know goodness surrounding me. I know love in every breath I breathe. I know God in everything. I know happiness, I know freedom. I know the beauty that lives in me. I know perfection in what life brings. I know God in everything. I know God in everything. Yay! That was beautiful. It's a great way to start the day. We know God in everything, even in those things that annoy us. There's God in there somewhere, right? Okay, now it's time for our announcements. And let's see, first and foremost, Nancy and Julia, and was there a third person? And Linda McCullum were here cleaning out. We had inherited a bunch of books from Reverend Meredith Gray. She gave us her lifetime of spiritual book supply and donated them as long as Lainey and I would go and clean out those shelves, which we did. So there are some books that are not cool for just kind of putting out because they've been underlined and highlighted, etc. But they're available in the bookstore, and Nancy has started some on a table, and we have many books and in boxes, and we are offering for free to our congregation. So go look through them. And Julia had even lovingly picked out some cat books for me, but I'm happy to share them with other cat people. But they're cool books. There's one in there that I had my eyeball on. But you look at them and see if they work for you. Let me make sure my button's on. Yes, it is. Okay, so here we go. First and foremost, we're honoring the 64 days of nonviolence. Let me get to March 1st here. Gosh almighty, that is just so crazy. Today's word is praising. Appreciation helps people to grow and lets them know that they matter. Offer praise to at least 3 people today. Can you do that? Offer praise to at least 3 people. I already praised my cat, but I guess that doesn't count. But he thinks he's a furry human, so that works, I guess. So at least 3 people compliment them on their personal qualities, their achievement, and their helpful service. So we already started with Nancy. Thank you for doing the books, because that was a lot. Thank you, Julia, for doing the books. And Linda, wherever you are, thank you for helping with those books. And Lainey, thank you for helping schlep them. We rolled up our sleeves and packed them into boxes, lifted them into our car, drove them here, unloaded them. And then with Kim, we loaded the bookshelves and brought the bookshelves here. So it was like, we guess we have extra careers as moving people if we wanted it, huh? It's like, hey, Kim. So at any rate, there's that. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see where I'm skipping. Oh, we have choir practice that happens on Mondays from 4 to 5:30. Who's in the choir? Yay! Is it fun? It's getting there. Yeah, it's getting there. We're learning. I love that. I love honesty. Let's come from our feelings and let them flow out so we can heal them, whatever they are. But so there's the choir practice, and Michelle is heading that up, and our lovely Kathy Craig is our piano player, and they're working on music, and their performance for the first time will be on Easter Sunday. So we're looking forward to that. You can still join, and it's Mondays here in the sanctuary from 4 until 5:30. So save the date. Oh, we already did that. How many were at the Valentine soiree? We certainly had a fun time. We wished it was more crowded, but you know what? We had a blessed blast for those of us that were there. And Joe won that beautiful flower that's now in the garden out there, a beautiful purple flower. I won the 50-50, which went right back in our coffers. So it was a win-win for everybody. And I guess you guys had some leftover food last week, right?
Yeah.
All the pasta and yummy stuff. So good. So another ongoing event is Susan has a Zoom call on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 7:30. They look at the articles that are in the Science of Mind magazine, and they talk about those. They have a discussion group, and it's fun. How many I know Lainey's a part of that. How many are a part of that? Okay, Lainey is, and some others. But if you want to be a part of it, you can see Susan, and she'll send you the Zoom link. Also, we have ongoing the gentle stretch class on Fridays from 10 to 11. I love that class. It is so amazing. And we even ended up with some meditation and some getting calm and zenning out our bodies after we stretched it in places that our muscles weren't used to being stretched. It's quite wonderful. It's a really fun time. Thank you to all the volunteers, which is basically everybody in this room. So give yourself a big applause. Yes, indeedy. And a reminder that every Sunday at 9 a.m., we go over the Science of Mind book, and we're reading it sentence by sentence and dissecting it and talking about it and kind of getting into the spirit of it and just to understand the clockworks of this teaching. I want to let you know that next Sunday, you'll see it, the newsletter should come out tonight or tomorrow morning. So next Sunday, we've never had one before, it's called a Discovery Class. It's a program that I wrote. It's free. It's going to be available from 11:45 to 12:45, 1 hour. And it's just discussing what are the concepts of Science of Mind? What do we think about heaven and hell? What do we think about the way of the world that it is today? How do we apply this philosophy to our daily living? And it's an opportunity for you to ask questions, etc. But it's also a time, if you're not a member, it allows you to have the clockworks to become a member, because next month we are going to have our annual meeting. And so in order to be able to vote for the annual meeting, you have to be a member. So there you go. We're going to have that. You'll hear more about it. You'll see more about it in the newsletter. And then somebody in this room has a birthday coming up this week. So I think it's very fitting that we sing happy birthday to Nora. Her birthday is coming up. She's going, who's that? I don't know whose birthday is that. It's Wednesday, right? Wednesday?
March 5th, whatever that is.
I guess that.
Thursday.
Yeah, okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nora. Happy birthday to you. There you go. All righty. All right, so I believe that is our announcements, and now we're going to have our meditative music. And so it is. God is all there is. I am one with the Spirit. I realize the truth, and I speak it. I am thankful for it all. I release it. I let it go. And so it is. And so it is. I know it is. And I receive as I believe. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
God, good morning. Before I start my invocation, I want to preface it with, I'm sure you're all aware of what's going on in the world, and so it is really important that we focus on peace through the appearances of what's going on. So I want you to join with me in saying, today is going to be my peaceful day.
Today is going to be my peaceful day.
Because it starts with us. So I invite you now to get comfy in your seat, to close your eyes, and to breathe in that breath of God, that breath that nurtures you, supports you, and sustains you, that breath that is God's breath. And feel your heartbeat. That also is the heartbeat of God inside of you. And in that heartbeat, there is that seed of peace. And so as you continue breathing, imagine that that peaceful seed is growing bigger and bigger and bigger inside of you and connecting with each other until there is one big giant ball of peace. And within that peace, there is your light. You are God's light, expressing, becoming, being in every second, every moment. And that light gets brighter and brighter as you connect with each other, as you connect with your family, as you connect with the world. And as you breathe, see that light of peace connecting with all people in the world. That seed of peace, that large glowing light of light. And so regardless of appearances, regardless of seeming chaos, let us know together that there is peace. It begins with us individually. And so we see that, we feel it, we believe it, we live it, and we share it. There is power in knowing that we have the power of God expressing through us. And that power of peace is powerful, rightly so. And it is ours to claim in this very moment. And so as I breathe in an attitude of gratitude, knowing that my words are the words expressed with a God intention in mind, that intention of peace for each of us, for all of us. And I release these words into that divine, magnificent, creative law, that law that says, yes, 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 yes. And so we see that glimmer of peace happening right now. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is.
And today is going to be my peaceful day. Okay. Along with peace, I know we say it begins with us. So I want to read from Ernest Holmes 365. It was in February, the month of love. I clear my mind of discord. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. How are we going to heal ourselves and others? By first becoming convinced that love is a principle of nature. We have ample evidence scientifically, logically, and intuitively that there is no need for anyone in the world today to speak of love as mere sentimentality. We have to practice the presence of God as love, as friendship, as peace, as joy, if we would know the fullness of an adventure of living. It is a terrible burden to dislike people and to be critical. All it does is cover up a perpetual pain in our own heart. It is a whistling in the dark to keep up our own courage. How much easier it is to love people, to learn to forgive rather than to hold grudges. We should not go to bed at night until we have cleared our mind of every animosity. Love is the greatest healing agent on earth for our body as well as for our affairs. To be a friend is the greatest privilege I can experience. Therefore, I extend loving friendship to all I meet. I identify myself with the givingness of God's own nature, knowing that I am in league with the highest force in life. And so it is.
Beautiful. Yay.
And now, Cecilia,
Cecilia,
you're on.
our guest artist.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Here's some familiar tune.
Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. It's such a sweet. What's the title of that song? No, it's Claire de Lune, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. Claire de Lune. And who's that written by? Who's that written by? Who is the author of that song? Pardon me? Yeah, I was going to, I didn't want to steal the thunder if she was saying that. Boy, and my topic is fountains of life. And so at the end there, it's that water. When I lived in Idaho for quite a while, and my dad came to visit one time, and we were going over this lake up by northern Idaho in Sandpoint, and he kept calling the lake Claire de Lune, and I kept going, Dad, that's not the name of the lake, but I've been like, Claire de Lune for him, so that's what it was. So, well, good morning, and thank you. You know, I thought about this. Thank you for coming and investing in your spiritual well-being. You feel like that when you come on Sundays? It's like, hey, I'm taking care of myself here by coming and getting a message and being in community and being around people and feeling that love and letting it multiply, right? So today's topic, it sounds like a kooky one. It's Fountain of Life. And I got the idea from one of the chapters in Living the Science of Mind, and it's written by Ernest Holmes, and the chapter is called Let God Do It. But the idea is that he talks about, and I have a visual here because he talks about when he traveled to the Rocky Mountains, and he said there was this beautiful area, a valley that had what he called lots of fountains running through it. But what he really meant were waterfalls. So I have this visual for us, okay? So you see what we're talking about, and you know, it's like, that's such a beautiful, couldn't you just go swimming in that water, especially Friday and yesterday, it was so hot, huh? So crazy hot. But the idea is that, he said, there's all these fountains, waterfalls, but they're all fed from one source. They all come from one source, deep, deep in the ocean, the water, and they all flow to the ocean. But they're all coming from one source, even though they all look like they're separate. And in their separateness, some have more water flow than others, some are bigger than others, some are smaller, some are whatever, they're different from each other. So the idea is that more water may flow from others, I'm sorry, I'm gonna monkey with this so it's clear, but oops, well, not that way. Clear, but not in my face. Okay. But there's one body of water. So the idea that everything flows from divine life, everything flows from divine order, that creative intelligence that is beneath each and every one of us, fueling us, empowering us. But not every one of us is always aware of it, especially when you read or watch the news. It feels like we're all disconnected. But truly, we are all connected. There is one power, and we're all connected to that power. We're all living and moving from it. But sometimes we distance ourselves from other people, other things, because we don't like the way things are. Life force seeks an outlet through us, through our actions and through our thoughts. So let's take the analogy a little further. So Ernest says, imagine each one of these waterfalls has its own personal nature, and it's having its own dialogue with itself. So imagine one of them says, you know what? There's really not enough water flowing through me. And I don't even trust where this water comes from. I'm not sure it's always going to last forever. I'm getting a little nervous, like, things may not go so swell from now on. Everything's looking a little crazy out there and a little challenging, so it may all stop. I better make preparation. Anybody think like that sometimes? Anybody go, oh gosh, you know what? Feels like my life's going to hell in a handbasket. I better start getting busy, right? So even if they say, I'm not even certain that this is going to go on. Okay, so then another fountain says, I'm confused over everything. What is this water stuff? What is this thing saying I come from one? I don't feel one with that guy over there. I don't feel one with that fountain over there. I'm starting to get scared. I'm starting to get really worried, like maybe I should, I better roll up my sleeves and start doing my own thing. I got to start pushing the water myself because I don't trust that it's going to come through. Ever feel like that? Ever feel like you don't trust the power that created you? Okay. So then the next one says, I wrote all these out so perfectly. They get jealous of the other ones and go, you know what? That guy's got more water than me, and I don't understand why I'm right here in the middle. I've been here longer than him. I should get more. And then we start to get jealous, and we start to doubt the other things, and we start to say, you know what? I don't like that. I don't like that over there, and I don't like these things over here. So all of a sudden now we're separate. We don't like these things because they're not playing like we play, or they don't look like we look, and they don't act like they don't even talk like or think like we look. So all of a sudden now we've distanced ourselves from those. Feel it? You distance yourself from different people and you forget, oh, that's right. We all come from one. We all come from one. And all of a sudden we're justified, right? Well, I know that this person did this and I don't want to be a part of that anymore. So now we've distanced ourselves from them. So now our scope of oneness, what we were born with, becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. And we only associate with this type of thing because everybody else, they're out there and they're not part of us. Is that true? No, it's not true. That even the people in their lostness, we're one with them. They've just forgotten the way. They have blocked their own flow. By what? By their thinking. We've blocked our own flow by what? By our own thinking, by our way of trying to control things and make things happen. And this universe says to us, relax, allow, trust in this power and know that it's moving through you, even in those difficult situations. Because guess what? Those difficult situations are only, that problem is only showing us where we're blocked. That's all it is. And the moment we say, okay, I'm going to go and unblock that, things start to open up. All right, I'm going to dial into what aren't I feeling so hotsy-totsy about, and where can I go with it to correct it? And then it changes. Now imagine the mental attitudes of the fountains had the power to stop the water completely. Do you have the power to stop the flow of God through you? Yeah, you do. You can shut it off. You can close it off. You can think in divisiveness. You can think of, I'm mad at this. I don't want to do this. I'm just separating myself from this. I don't want anything to do with this. Yeah, you can think like that. What does it get you? It gets you feeling alone, isolated, and separate. And the thing is the moment that you say, I am open and receptive to all the good in the universe. How about saying that with me? I am open and receptive, to all the good of the universe. And I'm not limited by any blocking thinking. Think about that for a second. The moment you say, I'm going to stop blocking my good, I'm going to let it flow to me, what happens? You've now opened yourself up to that energy frequency to let it happen. Our problem is not with God. You know, some people go, you know, God never showed up for me. I prayed and prayed and prayed and it never showed up. Guess what? You never showed up for God because God's there already. God is that one essence, that divine creative intelligence that it's the very heart and soul of our being. But what does it require? It requires that we tune into it. It requires that we listen to it. It requires that we breathe in and know I am supported and loved by an energy that created me, created you, created all of us, and wants only our best and highest good. And we're all functioning together as one, coming from the one flow. I was trying to find a picture of the pool that would be above it before it dropped over the edge, but I couldn't find one. Our trouble is with ourselves and the way that we perceive life to be, isn't it? Sometimes we just have to stop our, what I call stinking thinking, and revisit it and say, I'm going to think again. I'm not going to make judgments about that person. I'm not going to cut myself off from this, that, or the other thing. I'm going to stay in the flow. And guess what? The things that support you will support you, and the things that are not going to support you will fall away from your life. Why? Because you've gotten yourself into alignment. I'm going to read this. There's a beautiful piece that I found. You know when you go on Facebook and you find reels and then you start watching one reel after another? Well, somehow or another I fell into this reel. There are no accidents. And this is written by the Abundance Alchemist. And I want you to hear this. Nothing in your life has ever been random. Not the person that broke your heart, not the job that ended, not the door that closed without warning. Not even the moments that you still don't fully understand. You think you were unlucky. You think you chose wrong. You think you should have seen it coming. But every encounter exposed something. Every ending revealed something. Every disappointment stripped something back. Some people arrived to awaken you. Some arrived to test your boundaries. Some arrived to show you exactly what you will never tolerate again. And yes, some came to hurt you. But even that pain carved clarity. Even the loss sharpened your self-worth. You weren't being punished. You were being refined. I love that. Growth rarely feels grateful while it's happening. Growth rarely feels graceful while it's happening. It feels like confusion. It feels like loss. It feels like the ground is shifting right under your feet. But nothing has ever been wasted. Every lesson stretched your capacity. Every fracture widened your heart. Every time you chose to keep going, something stronger in you took shape. Stop labeling your story as good or bad. It was necessary. It was forming you. Trust in the unfolding. Trust in the timing. Trust in the same force that dismantled what no longer fits is the one that's building what does. Life is not happening against you. It's happening through you. And you are becoming exactly who you were meant to be. Isn't that amazing? I love that. Stop making your story good or bad. I do that all the time. Do you? We make our story go, this is terrible. Oh, this awful thing happened. This is awful. You know what? Guess what? You called it into your being. We are the only thinker in our mind. We are the one that creates the experience in our life. We can see it as a positive growth opportunity, or we can see it as a detriment and, oh my gosh, I'm being punished once again, right? Because sometimes we like to get into that victim mode because it takes the responsibility off of us. But this teaching reminds us we are always in control of our thought. And the quicker that we align with that power, that spiritual power that says, I got you. I'll cover you. I am here to support you. I will show you a perfect way to go. Allow it to happen. And when we let God do it, God does do it. Each of us is an inlet for the divine. Do you feel like that? We're all being fed by this beautiful flow of life. Each and every one of us. And we're all coming from the same one. Guess what? When we go home, Where are we going home to? That one great divine creative intelligence that keeps us all together. If we are to believe that we're made in the image and likeness of Spirit, then there is only one thing that can stop us. It's our own limited thinking. Because God, do you think God wants everything to go crazy for us? No, no. But God says, I can only do for you what you're open to receiving. Only what you're open to receiving. We're being asked to keep the passageways open. Have you ever noticed that when you feel stressed, all of a sudden life becomes more stressed? And when you feel fearful, all of a sudden all these experiences come in that make you even more fearful? Why? Because it's the energy that we're putting out there. It's the concept of, oh my God, life is a scary place. I got to be careful because there are people out there that are going to take advantage of you. Well, guess what? It'll happen, won't it? Why? Because that's where your mindset is. That's always that beautiful thing. Take your mind off the problem and put your mind on God. Put your mind on what's going to love and support me right here and now. What is bringing me into my best and highest? And what is it that I need to correct, right? He gives another example in the story, and he says, say that you're up here at the top and you want to irrigate the valleys below. Well, it can only irrigate according to the pipe that you put, right? So if you put up a 1-inch pipe, what's going to happen? A 1-inch flow is going to happen. You put a 10-inch pipe, a 10-inch flow is going to happen. And guess what happens? Say all of a sudden it gets down there and the water stops. Are you going to sit there and go, oh, woe is me, life stinks, the water's stuck? No, you're going to go, I know exactly what's wrong. The pipe is clogged. I got to go unclog the pipe, right? Easy enough when we're thinking about water, but when we think about our own life and things aren't working, we go, what's wrong? Something happened and I'm being taken away from. Good things aren't happening to me. But guess what? We get to correct it. We get to change it. I'm going to read this. There is a fountain of life, which your life is drawn from. And if you will unblock everything in your mind that congests this fountain, if you clear your mind of everything that doubts the power of Spirit, clear your mind of everything that doubts the existence of Spirit, live as though love is the greatest reason that you exist and your true purpose, you will be made whole. Sometimes it's just a matter of getting into alignment with that vision, that perfect element of God. I have a cabinet in my kitchen. It's a broom closet. And I have this little, what do you call it? The corn husk broom on the little handle, and you shut the door. And every day that darn door pops open. I'm like, why is this door? I'm shutting the door, it pops open. It's shutting the door, and it'll stay closed for a while, and then it pops open. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Well, I opened the door. I said, all right, I'm going to fix this from now on. This is it. And I look, and on the door, there's these 2 little rollers. And then on the door, on the inside, and then on the door, there's this little gizmo that fits in between the 2 rollers. Well, the rollers were off. One was kind of cattywampus, so I had to correct that. The moment I corrected that and shut the door, ta-da, voila, the door's closed, right? But guess what? I had to put it in alignment with the thing so that it would work. Otherwise, no matter how many times I close that door, it is not going to work. It's the same as our life. It's as simple as that. When things are going south in our life, it's just an indicator. Uh-oh, you need to correct. You need to get in alignment. And sometimes it means to just get quiet, get still, and allow ideas to pop into your mind. Allow your feelings to sink into your heart, and allow your feelings to say, what's going on here? What do I need to be authentic about? What do I need to tell the truth about for myself in order so that I can move on and live this great and glorious life? I remember hearing Thich Nhat Hanh. He said, they asked him, how long do you meditate? And he goes, I meditate 3 times a day, and I meditate, in the morning, in the afternoon, at night. And he said, I meditate about a half hour each time. And he said, but that's unless I'm upset. And then I meditate an hour each time. So he meditates more. And why does he do that? Because guess what? Some of this stuff takes undoing, doesn't it? Have you ever just been as mad as a hornet and you don't know what to do and you're so mad and you're feeling justified and all this stuff is going on? Guess what? Time to take a breath. Time to go. Remember, there's some logic to timeouts. There are some logic with kids and times out, or count to 10. Why is that? You're breathing into it and going, all right, where am I? Am I going to let this situation out there, this condition out there, upset my peace of mind, right? I'm living a peaceful life today. Today I'm in my peace, right? But guess what? The second you do that, sometimes there's a challenge that'll come right away that'll bug the daylights out of you. And what do we get to do? We get to bless it. We get to say, you know what? I know that God through me is doing these great things. I just have to get quiet. I just have to know and trust in this power. But before God can do it, we have to clear the obstruction. Before the water can go down and feed the valley, and if it's stopped up, guess what? We get to clear it. We have to clear that obstruction. It doesn't happen by accident. It happens by truth. A spiritual awakening isn't a moment. It's a process, isn't it? Little by little, you learn better. You know, it's like you go the wrong way one time, you go, I'm going to learn a little better this time. So how about I've got some good affirmations. How about affirming with me? I am a fountain of life. I am a fountain of life. And the living waters of spirit flow through me. Can't you just see yourself floating in that water right now? Oh, it'd be so lovely. I don't know where this is, but I don't think it's the Rockies. But imagine you're floating in that water. I express joy today. I express joy today. I express peace today. I express peace today. I bring joy and enthusiasm into my life right now. I have a quiet confidence. I have a peace of mind. And I impart that into every situation. I trust in the power that created me. I follow its guidance. I know it's true. I believe it. I feel it. And so it is. And there we have it. All right. Thank you. Okay. And now we have our guest artist, Cecilia, once again. Yay. I'll sit down.
Now it's time for our conversation with God. I invite you to go to your favorite place and close your eyes if you may. And let's give thanks to God for all the blessings and more to come.
Thank you, Cecilia. Beautiful. This is the time of the sharing of our gifts. And we have an offertory affirmation on the left-hand side of your page. Let's read that together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of this spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And our offertory music is I Am So Blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so thankful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so thankful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so thankful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so thankful. I am so blessed. And so we give thanks for the sharing of our time, our talent, and our treasure right here and now, knowing that this community is growing in love, in peace, in abundance, and in a divine centeredness of knowing who and whose we are. And so we release our gift with love and let it be. Okay, thank you, Rita. Okay. And I left my check in the office, so I will return it when I'm there. That's right. Okay, and this is the time of our benediction. I'm going to do something a little different because sometimes I feel so stuck behind this thing. So we're going to move this little guy, stay over. And we're going to stand like this and we're going to go, are you ready with me? We're going to affirm something. I'd like you to repeat after me as I say this. I am one with the Spirit of God. I know this Spirit lives, moves, and has its being as me, right here, right now, warts and all. All is well in my life. And so as I go out, I have the vision. I am a fountain of life. I am coming from the one source. I live in that being, that divine light, that creative intelligence, that spirit that I call God. I am one with it. And so I am open and receptive right here and now to all the goodness of the universe, to the peace of the universe, to the love of the universe, to the abundance of the universe, creativity flowing through me right now. I feel this in my body. I feel it in my mind. And I feel it in my heart. And I take it with me today. And I know life is always on the up and up. It's always improving. It's always going in a best place ever. And so today I say, look out, world, because here I come. And so it is. All right. Now you feel that? All righty. So now we're going to have our peace song. Here we go. Cute.
Good job.
Thanks. Let there be peace on earth, and this is begun with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me, so this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, now it has begun with me. Yay! I don't know who's doing the food today. You're doing the food today? Oh,
Susan is.
oh, okay.
Well, I